Hello, my name is Wenping. Previously, I went through level 0 to 26 of the OverTheWire Bandit Wargame series. If you have not watched them yet, please check them out via the links in the description below. Today will be the last video of the series whereby I will be walking you through level 27 to 32. Let's get started! For level 27, there is a Git repository that is running on port 2220. The password for the user bandit27-git is the same for the user bandit27. Clone the repository and find the password for the next level. Well, this should be an easy level because it is clearly a level for introducing Git. Before we get started, Git is a distributed version control system that tracks changes to files over time. It allows users to revert to previous versions, track all modifications, and most importantly, allow multiple users to collaborate. I trust that you will read up more about Git in your own free time, but for the benefit of solving level 27, as mentioned previously, we need to clone the mentioned repository to find the password for the next level. A repository is a collection of files and the history of changes made to those files. To clone a repository basically means to copy an existing Git repository to your local machine. As I mentioned in my past videos, the OverTheWire Bandit Wargames setup is that everyone will be logged in to the same host. Therefore, the creator has intentionally designed it in a way such that no typical users like us have access to create files anywhere on the host, except for creating a subdirectory within /temp. Now, create a new subdirectory in /temp and browse to it. Use the git clone command to clone the repository to your current directory. As you can see, permission has been denied because we did not specify the port number. It will try to clone from port 22 by default because we use the SSH in our target URL. Let us try again, but this time we specify port 2220 on our target host. So instead of just localhost, we use localhost 2220 instead. That's it. Now we have the repo on our local machine. There you go. This is the password to go to level 28. For level 28, it is the same level goal. So let's get started. First, create a new subdirectory in /temp and browse to it. Use the git clone command to clone the repository to your current directory. Don't forget to include the correct port number. Looks like this time the password is not stored within the readme file anymore. So far, the git command that we have been using is only the git clone command. There are many more things that git can do. For instance, to fetch and integrate changes from a remote repository into your current repository, you can use git pull. To upload your local repository content to a remote repository on the server, you can use git push. To record the changes made to the files in a git repository, you can use the git commit command. Git commit command is very important because once you commit a code, it means that your other team members can pull that information to their local repository. As a good practice, it is always good to include a commit message in every commit, which is usually a short and descriptive message to explain the changes that is being made, so that your team members will be able to know the purpose of the commit. In this case, since we got nothing in the readme file, we can try running git log, which is a command that shows the commit history of the repository. Another handy command is git show, which can be used to display detailed information about a specific commit. Let's run git log in our current repo. Interestingly, there is a commit with a message fix info leak. Now, we will make good use of the git show command to view its details. There you go, this is the password to go to level 29. For level 29, once again, it is the same level goal. Let's create a new subdirectory in /temp and browse to it. Use the git clone command to clone the repository to your current directory. This time, the readme file says there is no password in production. So, what is production? In a typical enterprise settings, we have multiple environments, whereby production is the live instance that is accessible by all of your customers and users. Before a code can make it into the production environment, they usually go through testing phases such as the development environment and staging environment to ensure that all issues are being addressed first before they go live. And so here comes another git command called the git branch. Git branch is able to aid the management of code between different environments by providing environment-specific branches, such as the production branch or staging branch. If we run git log here, we don't see anything interesting. So let's run git branch. To view all branches, you need to run with a -a. As shown, there are branches that are non-production, as can be seen with their name containing dev, which stands for development. To switch to a different branch, we can use git checkout. Git checkout is a command for switching between different branches or to work with different commits in your repository. Switching to the exploits-dev branch and review its files. Nothing interesting, so let's switch to the dev branch instead. There you go, this is the password to go to level 30. For level 30, it is the same level goal. Create a new subdirectory in /temp and browse to it. Use the git clone command to clone the repository to your current directory. Just an empty file. Do your usual checks, such as git log, git show, git branch -a, and it seems like we don't have a clue. Introducing git tag. Git tag allows the creation of tags, which are often used to mark significant points in history, such as a major version release or an important commit. Apparently, there is a tag named as secret. There you go, this is the password to go to level 31. For level 31, once again, the level goal is the same, so let's get started. Create a new subdirectory in /temp and browse to it. Use the git clone command to clone the repository to your current directory. Looks like this time, our task is to push a file to a remote repository with the content as shown in the readme file. So let's create the file as instructed. As mentioned in level 28, git commit is the command used to record the changes made to the files in a Git repository. However, it says that there is nothing to commit. In this case, we can list the file locally to see if there is any .gitignore file. A gitignore file is a file with the file name .gitignore. Any file names or extensions that are written in this file will be ignored by the git commit command. Apparently, star.txt is part of the gitignore file, which means that key.txt will never get committed normally. Introducing git add. The git add command is used to add changes from the working directory to the staging area in Git. This helps to prepare the changes to be included in the next commit. I have not been showing this lately because these are basic Git commands which you will get very used to after using them for some time. However, it is very important to know that if you are unsure of any commands, you can always run the --help command for anything. As you can see over here, it says that using -f or --force will allow adding of otherwise ignored files. This is exactly what we need right now. Use git add -f key.txt to add and commit the file. The file has been changed. Now you just need to push it to the remote repository. There you go, this is the password to go to level 32. For level 32, after all this Git stuff, it is time for another escape. Good luck! Similar to level 25, this level is quite interesting as it requires you to break out of a jail shell, which essentially means a restricted shell environment that is used primarily for security purposes, whereby the user is only granted limited access to system resources. As you enter the shell, you know that it is different as it says "Welcome to the uppercase shell." Let's try some common commands and see if anything works. As the name of the shell has suggested, every command you typed gets turned into uppercase. Now is a good time to introduce Linux variables. In Linux, variables are fundamental elements used to store and manipulate data within shell scripts and command line environments. The more common environment variables that most people have played around with are probably home, which is the current user's home directory, path, which specifies the list of directories to search for executable files, and you will use it often when performing privilege escalation. The name of environment variables are typically uppercase. The fact that everything we typed here are turning into uppercase, it seems that the creator of this level wanted us to solve it using the environment variables. Over here, we can use $0, which is a special variable that references to the name of the script or shell that is currently running. For example, if you have a bash script, you can print the name of the script itself by echo $0. However, in this case, we are in an interactive shell. So in the case of an interactive shell, $0 typically holds the name of the shell itself, such as bash or sh. So, running $0 in the current interactive shell allows us to spawn a new shell as Bandit33. There you go, this is the password to go to level 33. As of May 2025, there is no level 34 yet, but we can still log in to level 33 to seek for a closure and a confirmation that the password we have obtained earlier was correct. With this, I have come to the end of my step-by-step walkthrough of Over the Wire Bandit Wargame series for level 27 to 32, which is also the last video of the series. If you have been following this series from the start and persevere through all the challenges, you are awesome. Thank you for the support so far. I hope all these step-by-step walkthrough videos have been useful in helping you picking up new skills and concepts. Learning cybersecurity can be fun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or just want to share your learning journey with others, please add them in the comments. See you in the next step-by-step walkthrough series.